Hello. Welcome back to the game that suggests you check your briefs. It's we, the Revolution. I think this will go a lot smoother now. I have a pretty good idea what's going on, how the mechanisms work, what I'm supposed to do. So let's look at the trial here. Well, let's check the events first. In this city, only the dead are free of addiction. What do you care about people's idle gossip? Effects, common folks down 3, revolutionaries down 3, and reputation down 3. What? Not sure what prompted that. Anyway. What's this? I don't know what's going on. Okay, so I'm really down with the revolutionaries. Doing okay with the common folk. My reputation is at a -2. Now, let's see who you are. Case file. Nathan D.S. Araf. I'm going to call him S. The defendant... Wait, oh, this is the compiler. Okay. Theft and burglary are the main charges. I'm going to turn... No, I'm not going to do that because it'll leave the screen. I was going to say I'm going to turn the background up a little bit. There is music there, but it's very soft. The defendant is Oliver Mungler, a 65-year-old master locksmith who is famed among Parisian burglars as an expert on unopenable locks. Last month, he was commissioned by the owner of a Parisian glassworks, Jean Rude, Louis Rowe, and Ferdinand Salon, to construct locks for ornate chests for valuables, presumably as gifts for their wives. The craftsman praised his latest creation as thief-proof. Shortly following their completion, the industrialist houses were hit by a series of burglaries committed by a recent newcomer to Paris, Hector Vian. The thief from Orleans, whatever, was caught in the act and shot by Ferdinand Salon. Okay, this is a little complicated. The expensive Turgot map of Paris with houses of the recently robbed industrialists marked on it was found on the deceased. Surprisingly, Salon had given Mugler an identical map as advance payment. The deposit was in addition to the agreed remuneration from all the employers. Further, interesting information came from the owner of the Ginger Margot Inn. She recalled that on the night preceding the burglary, the locksmith met there with a man she didn't recognize. Based on her description, we were able to identify him as the aforementioned Hector Vian. The man allegedly engaged in an evening of drinking sponsored by Mugler. Evidence. A map of Paris found on Hector Vian. Okay. I don't understand. Well, let's find the red here. Constructing locks. Series of burglaries. Thief from Orleans. Salon is one of the person who commissioned owners of a glassworks. Okay. An expensive Turgot map of Paris with houses of the recently robbed industrialist marked on it was found on the deceased. Salon had given Mugler an identical map as advance payment. Why would you give that as payment? Like, this guy Mugler says, yeah, I'll make you these really fancy, hard to pick locks. You just give me a map of Paris showing the houses. It doesn't say it showed the houses, but the houses were marked on it. What's a Turgot map? Okay. Let's see. So, the common folk think he should be acquitted, and the revolutionaries think he should go to prison. Why do the revolutionaries want him in prison, and why do the common folk want him acquitted? I don't know. Robbing the bourgeoisie is no crime. Well, according to the case files, you are a citizen Oliver Mugler. Is that correct? Indeed it is, Monsieur le Juge. May I have a request? I would like to sit down. I'm an old man, you see. Basic respect for the judiciary requires that you remain standing. Do the names Salon, Rude, and Rowe mean anything to you? Why are you so determined to harass an old man? Alright, I'm getting short-tempered with this guy already. They sound like the names of my debtors. Debtors? They are the victims of activities you conducted. You mean locksmithing? Okay. So there's 8 possible questions to reveal. So right away we can put the map of Paris into evidence. Question discovered. Marks on the map. We can put that into evidence. Question discovered. Okay, this was where I was supposedly meeting with this guy at the bar, this thief at a bar. Course of events would be a series of burglaries. Question discovered. Famous thief. Master locksmith would go under offender's personality. Yes. And maybe somewhere else as well. Three more questions to discover. Okay. Master locksmith. Would that be extenuating circumstances? Or course of events or evidence? It's not really evidence. Let's try course of events. No, incorrect link. Okay, and famous thief. Course of events. All questions unlocked. Okay. So how do we want this trial to go? Obviously, we want the simple truth. For who? Whose truth are we? I think maybe I need to play the middle a little bit. So that neither side really has a grudge. So that would mean maybe we want him to go to prison. I'm not sure what this symbol means. Influence on the jury's opinion. Well, it looks like there's a lot of prison here. 3 prison and 2 acquittal. Let's ask this first. Because Salon gave him this map, so he should say he recognizes this map. No, I don't recall ever seeing it before. Ferdinand Salan claims that he gave you this map as evidence as advance payment for your services. He claims, what? That wicked wretch of a second-rate merchant? He gave me a scrap of paper as payment for making 3 locks, and it says it's supposed to be worth more than 3,000 francs he owes me. Okay. An honest laborer is being judged while frauds remain at large. Is this coming from the peanut gallery? I'm guessing, maybe? Silence. So who does this map belong to? So does this map belong to you? It doesn't. So where is the map that you received from Citizen Salon? I lost it, but it wasn't even worth a loaf of bread. So I surely won't shed a tear. But if you have it, maybe you stole it from me. You better make a note that Oliver Mugler demands remuneration from Roudet, Rowe, and Salon. So is his story that Salon gave him this map because it had an IOU? Like Salon just wrote an IOU on it? Wasn't it supposed to be an expensive, like, special map? You were commissioned by the victims to make locks. It was me, naturally, and all in agreement with the contract. My job was to repair and install the locks, and the employer was only to come and see whether the work was completed. And pay, of course. Was the installation carried out at your workshop? No, on site, at the client's property. None of those idlers bothered to deliver the trunks to my workshop, so I had to strain my old legs. Do you mean you knew the addresses of the victims? How else would I get there? Blindfolded and on a wagon? So that means the jury is leaning towards the common folk. I think I went a little positive with the revolutionaries. Let's see what one of these questions do. Influence the jury's opinion. Let's start with this one. This is pretty innocuous, and I want to see exactly how this works. Rumor has it that you are one of the best locksmiths in Paris. I should deny it for modesty's sake, but I will not. That cannot be true, though, as a random thief from Orleans was easily able to open your locks. Well, then he must have been one of the best thieves in Orleans. Let's be serious, Monsieur le Juge. Every lock can be picked with the right talents, even my locks. That didn't really do anything, did it? All right, let's do one of these prisons. Influence the jury's opinion towards prison. Did you know Hector Vian before? This is the first time I've heard the name. That is interesting, as you were seen draining several bottles of wine together at the Ginger Margot Inn. Is that a crime? No, but the question is, why are you denying it now? Was your drinking spree just a deception for the discussion of the burglary? Nobody I had a drink with introduced themselves as Hector. I didn't plan any heist with a Hector, Victor, or Hugo. I'm a locksmith, and I earn good money from it. Burglaries are for vagrants without a job. Okay, you do see this did influence the jury back towards at least the middle here. It's kind of hard to actually get evidence. Like, is this guy lying? Is he telling the truth? There's no way to tell. Okay, so I can review the testimony here if I need to. What's this? Let me do anything. Let's pick a neutral. Did you give Hector beyond the map with the victim's houses marked on it? I gave nothing to Achilles, Hector, or any other Greek. Yeah, cute, buddy. Keep it up. There's a noose on the other end of your sarcasm. Oh, calling the witness, Citizen Jean Rude. Jean Rude, in the flesh. You would not speak. You would not speak at least called upon, man. Get your shit together. Naturally, of course. What went missing during the burglary? My house was the first one to be robbed, and in my case, it was mostly valuables. At Rose's house, he would not say it himself, and I do not want to go to prison. It was the letters he had exchanged over the years with King Louis. Oh shit, there's the king right there. Damn monarchist. Dude, he's like sitting right... Isn't that who came to visit me between trials? Who does he want? Salon did not lose a thing. He shot that victim, that vermin in the act. That is what he said. What happened to the items he had stolen? That still remains unknown. According to Salon, Hector had nothing with him. Ferdinand suspects he had hidden the other valuables somewhere. He hid the other items before robbing the last house? Strange. Okay, again, I can only pick one. It locks out the other. So we got to make sure we ask a good question here. You look upset. What are you afraid of? That's pretty open-ended. Advance payment in the form of a map, its disappearance, the murder of a burglar, and lack of payment for services. This gets more to the heart of the matter. It all makes a rather strange story. A suspicious one, too. I do not... What are you mumbling? If I say something, will I be free? You know something. Please testify what you know immediately. The map was Salon's idea. He told the thief about the advance payment we gave to the locksmith and proposed that Hector steal it. And he did. Indeed. But then the bastard robbed us. Later we were forced by Salon not to pay the locksmith because he sent the thief after us. And that's when it all went down the drain. That's the bourgeoisie for you. He fooled them all in one fell swoop. It sounds like Citizen Salon had everything planned. However, there is no evidence to support the claim. Perhaps it is Citizen Rude that has plotted against his partner and wants to frame him. Look, this is all way too complex for me after work on a Thursday. I'm drinking diet iced tea. I wish it was something stronger. And Vian is dead, so he will not be able to shed light on any of this. How do I put all that together? Please, what's this? Please restrain yourself. The testimony of a witness is still not evidence. Neither of Citizen Salon's guilt, nor of your innocence. Oh, I can't look at that other guy's testimony now? I can't look at what that dude just told me? I want you to try to get a better understanding of what just happened there. Who are these people now? Mathieu Burrell, the agent commander of the National Guard. He has seen enough to not put trust in ordinary people, even if they are able to start a revolution. George Danton, an attorney himself, he knows the law as well as the tribunal's judges. The fact is considered by many to be the only thing keeping him alive in light of the numerous accusations of corruption and treason against him. Do I know George Danton? No, the Renard family is my personal rival. Or my father's personal rival. Sections taking over. Influence +3. Even more important, however, is his ability to deliver fiery speeches that result in the dismissal of all potential charges. His rivalry with Robespierre has become the talk of the town, and their official relation is often referred to as a harsh friendship. I don't know who these people are. I kind of think this guy's innocent, to be honest with you. So do all these guys now. Look how far this has dropped down. I'm really going to piss off the revolutionaries. How much did you charge for your services? 3,000 francs. Tidy sum, that is. If you were a master locksmith, you'd charge that much too. That is quite a substantial fee. Indeed, that's how much it costs to have high-quality locks made by a master with nearly 50 years of experience. And those bastards never paid me a single franc. The victims did not pay you the agreed amount? Not a franc. I'd beat that money right out of them, but I'm too old. Let's see if this brings the other witness, maybe the one that shot the guy. Did you tell Hector Vian how to open the locks in the victim's trunks? I understand what you're implying, but consider this. If he sold the secret of my locks, then my business would be over. Word spreads fast among thieves. Didn't I just ask that? What do you think? I think I'm going to have to go innocent. There's no evidence. I mean, he could have met that guy in a bar by chance, you know what I mean? Especially if the other guys knew he'd drink there after work or whatever. And it definitely sounds like those three were in cahoots about something, so... Man. I'm very close to being removed from office, perhaps violently. The jury's in favor of acquitting the defendant. They find him innocent. I do too. We're just going to have to deal with the revolutionaries. Or throw them a bone next trial. But in this case, I find the defendant not guilty. The verdict for citizen Oliver Mungler is not guilty. Lead the defendant away. Bravo, Mugler. Away with the bourgeoisies. To be honest, this does not bear the marks of social justice. They would not pay him, so he had them robbed. There is balance here. Oh, maybe that's what happened. They didn't pay him, so I don't know. Okay. Now what?
King Louis XVI. There were people who truly loved him. He reminded the French they had noble ancestors. Do not be manipulated by people who are not bearing the burden of responsibility.
What?
This saddened me. Someone had advised him to say that. Someone who was well aware of the cold, inevitable wind of change. I did not pity the king, but those who will come after him, as they will not have great ancestors.
One of us. Will such solemn demonstrations change anything? Next time a desperate soul decides to stone a public officer for observing the law, will they remember their presence at this march? Will a starving man feed himself on the memories of Jacques Guillaume Simonier, mayor of Estampes? I would rather not be nearby to witness that. Oh shit, did I lose more revolutionaries? If so, that put me way down. Jacques Louis David. Your son is rather good with the viola. He is both talented and enthusiastic. Okay, so I'm back home. This is my eldest son. I'm not sure who this idiot is. I would prefer that he was enthusiastic about the law books I gave him. Maybe his destiny is to become an artist, not a lawyer. Mother likes to hear me playing, and there is nothing more boring than law. See? He would rather let his career rely on the humors of the people. There are many ways to rescue France. Believe me, our country desperately needs something to ennoble it. The power is in the hands of the simple, illiterate people. Let him rescue their souls with music. That is better than boring laws and clauses. See what you are doing? You are spoiling my child. I do not have my own child to spoil, so I am focusing on yours. Speaking of which... Oh, no, 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 no. Choose an action. This is my old father who's kind of living with us. There's nothing like sitting with your family and a good book. My father would not like that, but he would. These are both high. Okay, so each one gives me a different benefit. Influence on family relations, influence on reputation, influence on revolutionaries. I should get him up. Influence on the people, because right now I'm low with the revolutionaries. Take your sons to a pro-revolution demonstration. Let them see real life up close. Tempting. Tempting. Take your family for an evening stroll around Paris. It will let your father stretch his old bones a little. But that says it's red. He doesn't want to go for a walk. So if I read this right, viola concerto will increase. Is this blue or is that the same color green? Will increase my standing with Bernard, Mathilda, and Frederic, and decrease it with my father. I want to get this revolution. I want to get a point of revolutionaries in, so let's try this. Yeah. Up. Give me a point. Oh, I got a point. Good. Maybe. Or do I have to fill it the whole way up to get a point? Act 1, Liberté, Day 3. We'll get through all the
That is our new
cut
symbol of
streams.
freedom. You can still smell the fresh wood.
Do you feel free looking at it?
Individuals like us do not need symbols, but France does. Did you hear the news of the day? People are running around like headless chickens and yelling about Louis and his entourage escaping Paris.
So, we will not be enjoying the aroma of fresh wood for long.
Monuments like that are not installed solely for the purpose of punishing thieves or lesser aristocrats.
Do you think it wants to taste royal blood?
Louis's flight was a stupid move, yet it seems it was planned. One of us will sacrifice him. That is, if they catch him.
Is that why Louis visited us at the court? To manipulate us?
Maybe deep in his heart he felt what the builders of the guillotine did. That someone has to be exposed as a traitor, even if there is none.
Welcome, Citizen Fidele. My name is Antoine Quentin Fauquier de Tinville. I am the public prosecutor that has been assigned to assist at every tribunal trial, starting from the day. Public prosecutor. So is he for the revolutionaries? I should warn you that I am uncompromising, although I hope that we quickly find common ground and the happier news. The construction of the guillotine has been finished. We may begin using it today. We built a guillotine. We're going to start using it. Yes, we have seen it. The king is going. Treason. Anyone with information about his whereabouts should immediately disclose it to the authority. Robespierre. Oh, shit. I got a guillotine option now? The common folk want to see this guy chopped. The revolutionaries want to see this guy acquitted. No one wants prison. No one wants a happy medium. Free or chop chop. This is bad. I mean, they built a guillotine. So, buddy, I haven't heard a word of evidence yet, but I think maybe you're going free. Okay, that's a half hour there. A little over, so we'll stop. Having fun with this, we'll see where it goes. Thanks for watching. Keep your head on your shoulders. Bye.